Since the J35XS is now 10.3, I'm going to go ahead and rate it because it's probably one of the best premium vehicles in War Thunder currently. First up, it has a top speed of 2,250 kilometers per hour at 9,000 meters in altitude. On the deck, you could comfortably go over Mach 1, so being placed at 10.3, this makes the J35XS one of the fastest vehicles in the BR bracket, especially for a fighter aircraft. The only downside to its speed is the fact that it loses energy quite quickly, and it has a pretty decent acceleration, although it's not the best. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for speed. As for agility, it is a delta wing, so it's pretty maneuverable compared to other flight models in the game, although you will struggle against lighter airframes like F5s, and sometimes you will struggle against MiG-21s. And again, you do have that issue with energy retention, although that's kind of easily avoided if you just boom and zoom. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you can outmaneuver a majority of vehicles in this BR bracket. So again, for agility, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Moving over to offensive armament, you do get access to 6 RB-24Js, which are basically just AIM-9Js. So they are rear aspect 20G IR missiles. Meanwhile, for cannons, you do get access to a 30mm cannon that is off-center, but it hits like an absolute truck. Now being placed at 10.3, this thing is absolutely busted with the 620G missiles it gets, partially because some vehicles at 10.3 and 10.0 don't have flares, and almost every single vehicle at 9.3 doesn't have flares, meaning if you get down tiered, it's basically game over for the enemy team. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 for offense. Moving over to defense, and this is where a lot of people complain about the J35, it does get access to 12 large caliber countermeasures, and it doesn't have access to any sort of RWR. These truly aren't very big issues because you can one flare basically anything in this BR bracket. You could legitimately one flare AM9Ms with this thing. And vehicles in this BR bracket don't really have any good radar missiles unless you get up tiered. And in that case, you could just stay low to the ground. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for defense. As for CAS, you do get access to the Swedish rockets, which hit pretty hard, although you don't have access to CCRP, only CCIP. So this thing is going to get a 2 out of 10 for CAS. As for features, you do get access to a search radar and IRST optical detection. That IRST on the J35 makes it extremely special because you can lock enemies without them knowing. When you combine that with your offensive ability, that makes this thing's features a 10 out of 10. As for your durability, it's nothing special. It is a delta wing, so you are kind of flimsy, although I have been able to tank some shots and still fly. So it's pretty much just average, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for durability. As for difficulty, it is a missile bust, so it's not going to be that hard to use whatsoever. You just have to know how to lock and fire missiles. Although granted, the 30mm cannon this thing gets access to is quite hard to use and get used to. You also have to be able to know when to dip out of fights or stay into fights because you will lose energy quite quickly, and that leaves you open for enemies. So with 10 being the easiest and 1 being the hardest, I'm going to give the J35XS a rating of 6 out of 10. Now onto the fun value. It is 10.3 now, which it actually didn't need at all. It's just absolutely busted. There's currently no way you have below a 3.0 KD when you're using it right now because there's just so many vehicles without flares. And once you get used to all the things that people complain about and realize it doesn't really matter at all, it's an easy 10 out of 10 for the fun value. As for the worth value, with it now being 10.3 as stated before, it's just absolutely busted. And as a perk, of course, it is a premium and you can grind out the entire Swedish air tech tree with it. Additionally, compared to the J37DI, it is cheaper and it is better. Therefore, this is one of the easiest 10 out of 10s I've ever given for worth value. This gives the J35XS an overall rating of 76 out of 100, giving it a high B rating. And for YouTube viewers, I have some extra footage that I didn't get to use that I kind of just converted into gameplay footage.
He didn't hear me. Oh.
He can hear you across the Atlantic. Cut.
Jam, what did you do to the other truck here?
Just pull that towards us if you want.
Okay, oh yeah. Okay,
that wasn't me. I let someone else borrow that. And then they left it there.
Alright, mod
Oh, well.
Mars.
As a clip or something like that.
No,
that's why he
needs money. No, he needs money so he can buy his Raising Canes in the UK, so he can be.
Let's make Scotsman play 1-0 France.
Specifically with
Make a request for a
FCM.
fan and make him say it's better. You've got it's really deep water, deep way. Really, really deep.
So we have to build that bridge now.
Oh, we just keep going. Astro, what BR are you doing on War Thunder?
I'm doing 10.3 air right now.
I'm doing 13 of those. I want to die.
Okay, so do you want me to go straight here?
We've just got to keep going. No, well, you might be able to. I don't.
23 ml. I would just moved up the mid 23 ml now all day.
Yeah, why is the Canard not gone down there yet then? Like, What the hell? Thanks, Gaijin.
Yeah, the Kafir Canard
Right.
should
Yeah.
not be in that BR.
Oh, Seek's fucking reasoning is that he doesn't know how to multipath, and he's
He doesn't know how to
whining back
multipath.
an RWR.
One of the
He-
main things to do in the
No,
game.
it's
I
not.
think so.
What if I told you I
Astro,
did?
ban him. Ban him.
I mean, I used to do that when I was a kid. I get it.
He doesn't like cheese.
How is that not hit?
The sauce is on
I
the
like the
bottom.
sauce. I like the sauce though.
Sauce is
No,
the
because
best.
where I get
Top.
no where I get my pizza from, they put the pepperoni under the cheese, so I still get pepperonis.
My,
No, no,
rounded
no,
by
no.
morons right
No.
now. Ouch. You
Man,
sit in it, don't you?
That's like.
I don't.
You bend
Is your
your
chair
forward.
crying, by the way, Creeper, right now? It's like bending. That's terrible.
Bend you. Ow, T80.
Your chair is currently like at its top height, and you bring it down to its lowest height when you sit in it. Alright? I don't.
Yeah, you don't even pull the lever or anything. You just.
You bought.
I can
That's-
back up that claim.
No, you can't. You have no evidence. You have
And-
no evidence.
And you said that is because you're English. So you're calling everybody who's English racist. So that makes you double racist.
To be honest, every English person I've met is a racist. Then he changed to Austrian painter after I said, no, don't do that, mate, that'll get you banned. And he changed it to Austrian painter. Yeah, that's right.
So
I think you
literally
should
the
have
same
that in your server.
Probably
Astro's
not.
Austrian.
Yeah, definitely.
What
It is
that?
one of
What's
the best modes you
RSV?
could possibly use. I'll laugh
I
at
mean,
you.
it
You're
doesn't
gonna
have
know how to-
radar warning, so might as
No.
well not let them use radar warning either.
They can't use radar, any radar if they're dead.
Seems alright.
Quote of the day.
You guys not paying attention?
This one just turned around.
Oh, here come all the
Right,
A10s.
There we go.
How many AIM-9Ls they
I
gonna
really
sling?
didn't
Let's
wanna-
count.
Didn't really want to head on a F8, but I sniped him. So.
Oh, we're going head against the A10. We survived. The match has got to end quickly though, otherwise I'm gonna die.
You know.
AI.
They measure the seismic activity between each clap.
The seismic
fucking-
activity.
No, I hate hearing seismic now.
Activity.
I hate that word.
Each clap.
Because of jam.
You're
Diabolical.
welcome. I'm in
of the forest
like an hour journey.
hours just to get 2 grand.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bro, this Alpha Jet just launched all of his missiles at me.
Ew,
Bro,
gross, disgusting.
bro just
Don't.
put me on IRST.
Yo, bro, check out this new
Oh yeah, I
RST,
should get the
man.
I should get the Japanese Alpha Jet. I want the MMPs.